Hello, my friends. Once again, we meet. Uh, Today, I'd like to speak about uh, the current events in the Middle East, in, in particular, Saudi Arabia, specifically Saudi Arabia, because there are few indications say that the change is happening. Right? Okay. Uh, in the Arabic version, they say, due to a request from the Crown Prince bin Salman of Saudi Arabia, the Mufti of the country. For those who don't know the word Mufti, Mufti is the person who deal with the religious issues to say whether this is permissible or not, whether this is okay according to the guidance of Islam or it's not okay, it's good or not good, it is godly or not godly. That person is called Mufti. So it says, due to the request of the Crown Prince, the Mufti gave few things to be done. Actually, it's not a request. In this region, and probably in many countries, the Crown Prince or the King does not request. He commands. Let's be realistic. Okay? So, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia commanded that Mufti of the country to do few things. One of them, for so many years, there is no singing on the radio or any public broadcast in Saudi Arabia. Singing, dancing, nothing. And the very same Mufti, the very same man who said it's okay to listen to music and allow singing to be again broadcast on radio stations, he was the very same man who was opposing singing and anything that it has fun. I mean, I really don't know what, if you listen to a song. Anyway, that was forbidden in Saudi Arabia, to listen to music or singing or anything of that nature on public radio or TV. But now, and that was the Mufti, that was the man who said, no, we cannot do that, we cannot have that, because it will entail immorality and destruction of the moral fabric of the country and blah 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 blah. The very same man, the very same man, he sees nothing wrong with that now. It's okay to listen to music and it's okay to broadcast music. Alright, okay. So now Saudi Arabia is having music. We congratulate them. At least I do. Furthermore, they will have concerts. So maybe I hope the famous singers from Europe and America can go and sing there. Why not? Let's open this closed society. Let them feel free like human beings. I'm sorry to say that, but many of them really treated like cattle. I'm sorry to say that, but it is a reality. They are commanded even how to go to the bathroom. Muhammad controlled their lives so much that even the way you go to the bathroom, you have to enter with the right foot. You have to do this, you have to say that, otherwise the devils will come, and so much junk. Anyway, Now, he also allowed the opening of cinemas. Saudi Arabia did not have cinemas. You can watch, buy a video or a DVD and watch it in your home, but you cannot have a cinema to go and watch the movie there. Furthermore, they allowed they opened the stadiums, sports stadiums for women. Before, it was only men who go there to the stadium to watch the soccer game and whatever sport is played. Women were not allowed. Now, it's okay for women to go there. Before that, they also allowed women to drive cars. Women were not treated equal. Only man can drive because woman is deficient. So the most shocking thing is the city of Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, one of the largest cities, is preparing for for the fashion show. That's it. Fashion show, that's the word. A fashion show will be done in Riyadh. And the people who go to the fashion show, I mean, if you see these, especially the men and women who are in fashion, they are hardly having any clothes on. Not to mention that Saudi Arabia, they cover the face, they cover the nose, they cover the head, they cover everything except 2 holes in the eyes so the woman can see. I don't know what culture shock they would see when they see people are free, a man wearing a short pair of shorts and he's going out with a t-shirt or something like that. A woman, her arms are showing, or the legs until the knees are showing. I don't know. But there is a lot of changes happening now in Saudi Arabia. All at once. Furthermore, and this is for economic reason, is they started to use the Gregorian calendar, like us in the West. Like now we are in the year 2018. Saudi Arabia, I remember in Egypt when I was a child, we used to have the 2 calendars, the Islamic calendar and the Gregorian calendar. And like when I was like about 7-8 years old, they got rid of that Islamic calendar altogether. But Saudi Arabia for many years is using only the Islamic calendar, which it starts from the time Muhammad migrated from Mecca to Medina. They use this date to start their calendar. Now, for economic reason, they are abandoning this calendar. Somebody would say, why? What does that have to do with economy? The difference of days. That's the answer. Because it is the Islamic calendar, it's depending on the moon. The moon, the cycle of the moon is about 4 weeks. Okay, so if you are paid every month, you are paid every 4 weeks. All right, your monthly salary, let's say you are getting $1,000 a month. Okay, in Saudi Arabia, every 4 weeks you are paid for that month work. But when you switch to the Gregorian calendar, sometimes it is 30 days, sometimes it's 31 days. So you will be paid about more than a day less every month. Of course, that at the end of the year it will accumulate. Okay, it's about 11 days difference between the lunar calendar and the Gregorian calendar. So you are paid 11 days less. This money is saved by the government. That's how it's economic. One more thing, it's actually revolutionary. If you see any pictures of women from this region, especially from Saudi Arabia, they don't just wear the hijab, which is covering the head, but once they put their clothes on, sometimes they have a pair of jeans or whatever underneath. They will put a black garment to cover, and it's very loose, very wide, so a man cannot tell the shape of the body of this woman. It is loose and it's so huge, so you wouldn't even be able to tell whether it's a man or a woman. Okay, so the same leader, the same mufti, said this is now optional for the woman. So now the women will start to breathe. You will see fashion now is introduced, because they allow the fashion show to exhibit in Riyadh, which is one of the most wealthy and most populated cities in Saudi Arabia. And when the women see that, they see the fashion, they are women, they want to be beautiful, they want to wear the beautiful stuff. So she will wear the beautiful jeans without that black cover. Many of them will start to do that. Saudi Arabia and Islam are changing fast. They actually canceled or stopped the, what is that? What would that be in English? Sponsorship. Like, for example, if I get to work in Saudi Arabia, or if anybody, any person get a contract to work in Saudi Arabia, let's say you're a doctor and you won't work there because they will pay you good amount of money or whatever the reason may be, regardless of your position, okay, and how good of a doctor or engineer or what have you may be, you cannot just go and work there. Somebody has to be in charge of you, a sponsor. In case if you do anything wrong, that person has to be a Saudi person, will be asked. And if something happened to you, he will also be responsible to take care of you or send you back home or what have you. So they got rid of that because it was actually a way to enslave people. That person will take the passport of the foreigner, and he can make them work 12, 15 hours a day. And if they don't comply, they will be in deep trouble. So they got rid of that. The final thing, they actually also got rid of, it's a type of police, but only it is to watch for the external behavior of people, to keep the moral standard according to code. So let's say a woman is walking on the street with her husband and her hand is showing, the skin of her hand is showing, that type of police will come and probably hit her on the hand with a whip or I really don't know exactly what they do, but they are brutal, okay, or they talk to her harshly, or to her husband, or whatever. So many people, especially women, suffered so much because of that. I mean, they can come and say anything. Oh, one hair is sticking out of your head cover, your hair is showing. Anyway, this, at this time, under the leadership of the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, all these things have changed. All these things are done within very short time, and that, for me, is an indication. As I said in one of my videos, that I compared what happened in the Soviet Union in the late 80s, when it was a very strong empire, and because of the dissatisfaction of the people, it just crumbled within few days, and they couldn't put it back together again. I feel the same thing is happening in Saudi Arabia and in the Middle East, but in Saudi Arabia in particular. And my concern here, of course, I want this ideology to be destroyed, the Islamic ideology, because it brought so much ignorance and conflict all over the world. But my concern here is actually the people, because it can turn into a bloody war. And knowing that Saudi Arabia recently made so many deals, armed deals, to buy airplane jets from Britain, from America, tanks, all kind of weapon. They spend billions and billions of dollars on weapons. And we know very well that these weapons, some people may think it is to fight Israel. No. We really have to wait and see. I have an idea, but I don't want... I hope I'm wrong, okay? But reality is, it is very dangerous situation. The Middle East is like a pressure pot that it's about to explode. Where it will start, we really don't know. Egypt also is not a safe country at this time, and it is the largest Islamic country in the Middle East, and there is so much dissatisfaction. Things are boiling in this region now. So on one hand, I really want this ideology to end, the Islamic ideology. But if it happens so, I don't know, maybe it have to happen so quickly, because in a way, Islam spread so quickly, and there was a lot of bloodshed. It may have to end in the same way, quickly, with a lot of bloodshed, and it dies. But that's not what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that this ideology will die out. Of course, it will take longer, but there will be no bloodshed. So let's hope for the best. And I always appreciate your comment or questions. And yeah, if you have any suggestion for the coming video, if you want to learn about this region, I'll be more than happy to share what I know. Thank you very much, and have a good day, everybody. See you again.